Hi everybody, welcome to the dungeon. My name is Robin and today is Flameworking 101, the lost episodes. Today I wanted to share with you guys some luster powders. A friend of mine who moved out of state decided she didn't want to flame work anymore and focus on something else. So I inherited all of her flame working stuff, which was really great. And in all of that stuff was a couple of these highlight powders. So I thought today would be a great day to share that with you all. Remember, when it comes to powders, it's almost essential that you have some kind of protection, a mask on, good ventilation. I don't have good ventilation here, so I use a mask, and I have a small fan that blows across my face, or in front of my face, to the window right here. That's all I have. But if you have more, please use it. Be safe and protect yourself. And with that said, let's get right into it. As always, I hope you're all doing safe and well out there. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time in the dungeon. All right, here are the powders I have to share with you guys today. And this first one is the Highlight Gold. Second one here is the one I'll do the demo with. It's a silver. And this final one is kind of like a clear sparkle. It is beautiful. So let me read to you what it says here. Used to create sparkles inside glass beads or a pearl luster on the outside. To use, place on a marvering pad and roll your hot bead into it. Blow off excess powder, replace the bead in the flame to fuse the powder into the glass. When powder is applied to the outside, the color will coat the surface. When covered by the clear, the luster spreads out. All right, I did try this with the clear over the luster, and I just didn't like it at all. So I really think that the best way to use these powders is on the outside. And I will show you all three of these in the end. But let's get started. Okay, so I have my powder ready to go, and on this one I'm going to use a black base because it's silver, and I thought maybe it would really kind of like show off the silver a little bit more, having a darker base. But explore with any colors you want. Now I'm just going to build up my spacer bead, and each one of these are just simple round beads. I am kicking myself. I told one of our subscribers that I'm kicking myself for not making a couple of these with texture. So I apologize for not having a few different varieties, but as I said in the description, it is super hot down here in the dungeon, and the week that I did this, my hands were so slippery on the mandrel, I just decided to make them round, as simple as I could. So making them round, but the first thing I want to do here is just spread it out and get the length of my bead. So I'm very, very gently just rolling it out, and then I want to give it a slight taper on both ends. Of course, your bead can be whatever shape and size you want it to be. So here I am, I'm going to finish tapering, and because I want a big layer of clear over this. I'm going to coat this whole thing. What I want to do is to bring those edges back in a little bit, so when I go to add the clear will go towards the very edge of the bead. That's why I have it looking like that. Okay, so now I'm going to add some dots. Each one of these beads is just a simple color with a dot pattern. And I'm just going to add my little dots here. I'll just put a row of 3 dots. Give that a little bit of heat. I'm going to add a few more extra dots on top in the center row just to make them slightly larger. And then I'll just go ahead and melt those in. I want to turn this around so I can easily get to the other side. And I'll finish up my pattern here. Again, it is a super simple bead. These look great with just a single color and the highlight powders on top. Okay, so I'm going to just melt all of this in until it's nice and smooth, and then I want to get ready to add my clear coat. Okay, so I have a nice kind of football shape. My ends are kind of sharp on both sides, and that's good for what I'm about to do, because this clear really helps to fill in all those areas. Now I have my clear, and I'm going to do a slightly different type of overlay. I used to sometimes like to draw clear glass from one side to another and coat it that way. But this time what I want to do is I want to gather as much clear glass as I can and do one, try to get one big overlay on this bead. And to do that, I'm just going to heat up right below the hot glass, where the hot and the cool glass meet. I'm constantly heating up the cool glass and just kind of keeping it on center as it gets bigger and bigger. And the size is a little bit bigger than my bead that I'm applying it to. So here is what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick it right to the front of the bead, and in the flame I'm going to pull it and wrap it around the whole bead, and you'll see that it almost covers everything. It looks good. I was really happy here. And before you let this cool down, you want to add a little bit of clear on the side if you need it, and I do because I have a pattern there. And you can see as I'm wrapping this clear around this edge, it will fill in right where the mandrel meets the glass, and it will give it a nice kind of, maybe not a pucker, but it goes all the way to the edge of the mandrel. So this is a good way to coat a bead, a small bead, with a large amount of glass as easily as you could if you were swiping the glass on. This might be even easier. So now we want to fill in the other side, and I give it a slight preheat, and I shouldn't have done it because here you see the dots. You see how the dots are now moving a little bit, they're a little warped, and that's because my under bead was too hot. So if you have that issue, make sure that you're adding that hot glass to a cool surface, and you won't get any distortion. But I kind of figured it didn't matter because we're going to add silver sparkle to it. So I'm going to go ahead and heat this up until it becomes a nice round. And you can see the clear around the bead, and you can see how evenly it is spaced. So this way of encasing your bead could be good. Could be something, if you've never tried it, it might be a good thing to kind of focus on. All right, let's go ahead and add our silver sparkle luster powder, and I'm just going to very gently heat the surface of the bead, and without pressing down into the marver, you want to very gently glide it through the powder, and I'm just kind of pushing it back and forth. I don't want to reshape the bead. I'm not looking to press the bead or flatten it out. Now I just did one coating. You can do more than one, but the important thing is that after you coat it, blow on the bead to blow off any excess powder, and then go back into the flame. And in the back of the flame, I'm just gently heating it up until I see it melting in. And there are a few heavy spots here that will come off after the bead is cool, and you'll have a nice surface treatment. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. I'm just going to show you the powder portion. This is the just the clear sparkle, and I love the way this one looked. It had a little bit heavier texture to it, and I loved that. The undercolor on this one is kind of like a light pink with kind of a green dots. Done the same way with the clear coat on top. And we're going to melt this in. And you're just kind of waiting as you're melting it in. I'm looking at the kind of the highlight and making sure all the glass is evenly melted in. That is a beautiful, beautiful pearlescent luster. I love it, love it, love it. Okay, so the last one I had to show you is the gold, and this is just really intense, beautiful, beautiful colors. And on this one I chose some kind of a yellowish and some darker colors for the background. But when I added this powder, I was really kind of surprised at how beautiful the sparkle was. And I'm not really into, gold sparkle, but I love the way this looked. And we're just going to melt this in and we'll be done. So as simple as this is, you guys, I hope you enjoyed. And if you haven't tried these luster powders, go ahead and give them a try. Just remember to keep your mask on when you use the powders and have good ventilation. All right, you guys, let me know what you think. And I hope to see you next time in the dungeon.